mesenchymal cells. They have processes. They are undifferentiated cells, and as they begin to differentiate, they retract processes and they change their shape. They become rounded, and these cells are called chondroblasts. Chondroblasts produce matrix components and they become surrounded by matrix, and when the amount of matrix increases, cells become separated from each other. Chondroblasts can divide mitotically, as you can see, the mitotic figure is shown here, and then chondroblasts differentiate into chondrocytes. So cells of cartilage are chondroblasts and chondrocytes. Chondroblasts are younger cells and they differentiated into chondrocytes. These cells are located in the cavities, and these cavities are called lacunae. So, chondrocytes occur single or as groups in the lacunae. These groups are called isogenous aggregates because they are derived from mitotic division of a single chondroblast. So one chondroblast divides and gives rise to cells. These two cells divide mitotically and give rise to four cells. So each isogenous aggregate is derived by mitotic division of a single cell. The layer of matrix, which is around cells immediately around the lacunae, is called territorial matrix. And the region of matrix, which is more distant from cells, is called interterritorial matrix. And they have different staining properties because they have different molecular composition. And now we will describe molecular composition of cartilage matrix. It's similar to other types of connective tissue. It consists of proteoglycans, glycoproteins, and collagen fibrils. Collagen type 2 forms fibrils, not fibers. Pay attention because fibrils, they are thinner than fibers, and that's why they are not visible with the light microscope. So these are collagen type 2 fibrils, which is most abundant proteoglycan in cartilage matrix. It is agrecan. It's very large because it consists of core protein and many side chains. Approximately 150 side chains are linked to core protein. Now, these side chains, as you know, are sulfated GAGs, particularly keratan sulfate and dermatan sulfate. So, agrecan contains core protein and sulfated GAGs, keratan sulfate and chondroitin sulfate. These sulfated GAGs bind water. That's why cartilage matrix contains great amount of bound water. Agrecans are linked to very long molecule of hyaluronic acid. This long molecule is hyaluronic acid or hyaluronan. It's non-sulfated GAG. And so agrecans, many molecules of agrecans are linked to hyaluronic acid and form very large aggregate. Which multi-adhesive glycoprotein binds fibrils to proteoglycans and so it is chondronectin. Do you remember fibronectin of connective tissue? Ahmad, can you turn off your microphone? Ahmad
Uh,
also not.
Sorry, doctor, I didn't attention.
No. Ah. Are you listening or not?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm
doctor.
listening.
So, do you remember multi-adhesive glycoprotein, which is called fibronectin in connective tissue? It connects all components of the tissue to each other and attaches cells to extracellular matrix. So, like fibronectin, cartilage contains chondronectin, which adheres cells to cartilage matrix because it binds integrins in cell surface, and it binds as well GAGs and collagen fibers. So, cartilage matrix contains multi-adhesive glycoproteins such as chondroitin. It contains proteoglycans, mainly agrecan. It is rich in hyaluronic acid, and main collagen type is collagen type 2, which forms collagen fibrils. These are components of cartilage matrix, and 70% of cartilage matrix is represented by water, by bound water. So in matrix, there are cavities which are called lacunae, and cells are located in these lacunae. Cells are chondroblasts and chondrocytes. Chondroblasts are usually located at the periphery of the cartilage, and they are elliptic in shape, and they are parallel to the surface of the cartilage. In deeper cartilage, you can see more rounded chondrocytes. Cartilage is covered by a layer of connective tissue which is called perichondrium. So you can see here perichondrium and cartilage. Perichondrium is dense, irregular connective tissue. So tell me now, if it's dense connective tissue, which cells and which fibers occur in the perichondrium?
The
You
what,
know
doctor?
components. You know components of dense connective tissue. I told you that perichondrium is a dense connective tissue. So which cells and which fibers occur in the perichondrium?
A fibroblast.
Teacher, fibroblast we have.
Fibroblasts and
Yeah,
collagen type 1 fibers.
yeah.
So these cells are fibroblasts and these fibers are collagen type 1 fibers. But pay attention that in addition of fibroblasts, perichondrium contains fibroblast-like cells, which are progenitor cells, and they differentiate into chondroblasts. So, the layer of perichondrium, which is adjacent to cartilage, contains fibroblast-like cells. They are progenitor cells, precursor cells, because they can divide mitotically and they can differentiate into chondroblasts. Chondroblasts differentiate into chondrocytes. So these precursor cells that occur in the perichondrium provide growth of cartilage. This type of growth is called appositional growth. Another type of growth is called interstitial growth because it results from mitotic division of chondrocytes, pre-existing chondrocytes. So there are two types of cartilage growth, appositional and interstitial. Appositional growth results from differentiation of chondroblasts from perichondrial cells, and interstitial growth results from division of chondrocytes, which are in the cartilage. Now, classification. There are three types of cartilage. Most common is hyaline cartilage, and this diagram demonstrates the hyaline cartilage. Now I will show you tissue preparation. This is hyaline cartilage. It's whitish in a fresh state. It's smooth and homogeneous, and in most regions it is covered by perichondrium. Cartilages are vascular. It lacks blood vessels. It lacks so nerves and lymphatic vessels. Nerves or blood capillaries and lymphatic vessels are located in the perichondrium, and that's why nutrients and oxygen diffuse from perichondrium into cartilage, and that's why cells of cartilage respire under low oxygen tension, and they have low metabolic activity. So perichondrium provides also nutrition of cartilage. Uh, Now, distribution of hyaline cartilage. It is most common type of cartilage because it occurs in many organs, mainly in organs of upper respiratory tract. Nose, trachea, bronchi contain hyaline cartilage, and in this organ, hyaline cartilage supports soft tissue. So, main function of cartilage is supportive function. It supports soft tissues. Hyaline cartilage occurs also in the ends of ribs, where ribs are connected with sternum. And hyaline cartilage covers surfaces of bones in movable joints, and it provides smooth, lubricate surfaces and facilitates movement of bones. Another type of cartilage is elastic cartilage. It is similar to hyaline cartilage in many respects. So it is covered by perichondrium. You can see here perichondrium surrounding the elastic cartilage. It contains chondrocytes, small isogenous groups consisting of two cells. But what is main difference? In addition to collagen type 2 fibrils, elastic cartilage contains elastic fibers. You can see here, darkly stained elastic fibers. They stain with specific dyes such as orthene, for example, and you can see fibers revealed by this dyes. So these elastic fibers add resiliency to the tissue. So elastic cartilage is more pliable than hyaline cartilage, and it it occurs in some regions. For example, in the external ear, auricle is a plate of elastic cartilage covered by skin. It occurs in the epiglottis and larynx. Cuneiform cartilage of larynx is elastic cartilage. So, and such type of cartilage is fibrocartilage. It occurs in intervertebral discs, and it prevents damage of adjacent vertebra. It occurs also in the pubic symphysis. What is characteristic feature for this cartilage type? It is a combination of hyaline cartilage and dense connective tissue. That's why it contains type 1 collagen fibers as well as chondrocytes. You can see here chondrocytes, and they are aligned. They are axially aligned. It is also a characteristic feature of this cartilage, and it helps you to differentiate fibrocartilage. Is it clear for you or not? So
Yes.
this
Yes.
is
Yes, doctor, it's clear.
fibrocartilage. These cells are chondrocytes. They form isogenous groups, but in these isogenous aggregates, cells are axially arranged. And regions with chondrocytes are separated by another regions containing collagen type 1 fibers because this tissue is combination of hyaline cartilage and dense regular connective tissue, and there is no distinct perichondrium uh, in this case. So these are three types of cartilage, and next lesson you should know components, distribution, and main features of each type. But all these three types develop from the mesenchyme, like other types of connective tissue. So, do you have any questions about cartilage now?
No, doctor.
No. So
No,
you
doctor.
study this chapter. This is the
Yeah,
third chapter, as I remember.
7, yeah.
seven.
Do you have presentation number 20 that includes?
Yes, doctor, you send it to us. I'll send it to the group.
Yes, so you have it.
Okay, great.
So now I will show you untitled slides and you will identify as usual. Okay. We have 10 minutes left, so each student can identify at least one slide. Can you see the presentation now?
Not yet.
Why?
Yes,
No,
we
Yes,
can.
doctor.
doctor, yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Now don't interrupt each other, okay? Answer one by one. Ahmad, Al-Kalami,
Yes, doctor.
type of tissue.
It's dense connective tissue, doctor.
It's not dense. It's
Uh,
loose.
con-
Because,
yeah,
yeah,
lose connective tissue. Yes,
because ground substance is abundant.
it's about to have many facts. Yes,
Uh, so, students who were absent, you should study for next lesson classification of connective tissue, and it depends of composition of components. If ground substance predominates over fibers, tissue is called loose connective tissue. If fibers predominate over ground substance, tissue is dense. Uh, Ahmad, type of tissue. Ahmad Al-Kalami, type of tissue. Ahmad, can you hear me?
sorry, doctor. It's a white adipose tissue, doctor.
White adipose tissue, yes.
Yeah.
Next student is Natalie, type of tissue.
Teacher, it's a loose connective tissue.
Loose connective tissue. Which cell may it be?
Fibroblast.
Why? You can see many granules inside.
Granules mast cell.
Mast cell, yes. You
Yes.
can see
Mm-hmm.
fibers, they are randomly distributed, and this cell is
Mm-hmm.